So hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Al Mitchell and you're watching Big Al's Barbecue, and today I'm going to show you how to make an amazing homemade lamb kebab, and this is going to blow you away. Let's get to it. So I'm going to 100% credit this to my wife. I was driving home from work the other day, I was working late, and I phoned her up and said, right, what are we doing for dinner? And she goes to me, I thought we'd have lamb kebab. And I thought, oh heaven, just think of all that lamb mince, all those beautiful spices, that soft pita, and all those, you know, bits of salad and then pickled chilies in there. I thought, oh, I was dribbling, I was so happy. And she goes, and I said to her, right, where am I picking it up from? She goes, I've made it. And I go, ah. And not knocking my wife, because she's actually a really good cook, but you know, you build up in your mind and then you think, oh, homemade, right, okay. So I thought, okay, fair enough, you know, it is what it is. So I drove home and I owe that girl an apology. It was beautiful, it was tasted gorgeous, the meat was succulent, there's so many spices and the flavours in there. Fantastic. So I'm going to share you with that today. So first thing I'm going to do, so this is 500 grams of lamb mint, but this is the 20% mix, and that will give you a good level of flavour but also keep it nice and juicy as we go through the cook. And then we're going to add all the spices to it. So here is the list of all the spices, and don't forget I always put the ingredients down below, but just to make it look pretty, here you go. So rather than salt pepper, we've got Sure Shot Seeds Original, paprika, you've got onion powder, garlic powder, some turmeric, some garlic paste, and lastly some oregano. I'll put the quantities down below in the description. So these are all those spices again, and we're literally just going to tip them in. I'm going to tip about half in to begin with, give it a good squidge up. So we're trying to mix all those spices through evenly through the mince. Now I'm using Sure Shot Seeds gunpowder, and the reason I'm using that is rather than using salt and pepper, I just love that rub. It is beautiful and it elevates food to a next level. It's got a bit of touch of MSG in it, and it's got some charcoal, activated charcoal in there as well, but wow, it is just absolutely gorgeous. So let's add the rest of that herbs and spices in there, and it just smells beautiful. These spices on their own are just so aromatic that, oh, I can just imagine it now. I have to say, this is really simple. So this is not complicated in any way, shape or form. You can do this in your oven at home. We're going to do it in the Traeger today just to add that smoke element, and as you know, I love cooking outside. But all we're going to literally do is form football. So we want it fairly uniform in shape, because obviously we're trying to get a bit of even cooking, but also at the end when we're going to carve this up, so we're going to do strips off this exactly like they would in a kebab shop, obviously a lot bigger scale, and them lads know what they're doing in terms of the slicer. But we're just going to try and make sure as much as possible that we come like evenly shaped it. There you go, and that's what we're going to go for, like an American football. I could actually probably love that quite a distance, but there you go. I won't, let's cook instead. Right, okay, so I'm going to let that sit. I'm going to put it in that bowl so it keeps its shape a little bit more. Let's put the Traeger on. So I've put the lamb kebab on the top, and I've put a small pan underneath as well. There's quite a lot of fat in here, and it just helps keep the grill a little bit cleaner. And like I said, we're going to put this on at 375 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about 190. If you're using a fan oven, you can do 180, 190, and it's about a 45-minute cook. So this isn't on yet, so I'm going to close it down, turn it on, get that extra bit of smoke on there as it fires up, and we should get that in the final kebab. So today I'm using the cooking pellets. I'm using the black cherry pellets, and these pellets are fantastic quality. If you look at these pellets, they're really long, really well formed, held a shape, and the flavour that these add to your cooks are amazing, so give them a go. So our lamb kebab is now fully cooked. I've temped it and it's reading 165 Fahrenheit, so I know that's cooked perfectly inside. But it's time just to put our little bits together that we're actually going to put in our pita. So I've got a few of these plum cherry tomatoes. I'm just going to slice these in half. Now if you haven't ever seasoned your tomatoes, you've been missing out. These ones are trying to escape, running off everywhere. Never mind. Okay, so do that, and also we're doing the same for our bit of cucumber. I mean, this is what I like in my kebab. Some people, you know, you can get white cabbage, red cabbage, absolutely everything in it, but this is what I quite like. I think this just goes so nicely. It's kind of like quite fresh, and you're getting a nice crunch as well, and it just helps cut through a little bit of that fat that's in the kebab, but not a huge amount, because that's where all the flavour is, so you don't want to lose that too much. Okay, so I'm going to thinly slice these up and just place them around the board like so. Okay, and then I'm going to get a bit of the old sure shots. You can use salt, but if you haven't got sure shots in, you can just get salt and pepper, but this is just, I just love it. So we're just going to give it a slight sprinkle, not heavy, because this is just to give it a little bit of seasoning. That's all it is. Okay, that salt and the pepper in this will just come up, bring it out beautifully. So let's set that aside for 1 minute. Okay, so next we're going to make our garlic and chive mayonnaise. So you just get a normal mayonnaise, give it a good old squidge, love it. And to that we're going to add some garlic salt. So I'm not using raw garlic because I'm not cooking this at all. It's just literally going to be a mayonnaise that we're making. If I use raw garlic, then it can be quite harsh, it can be quite strong, whereas garlic salt helps season this a little bit, as well as give you that garlic flavour that you're looking for. So probably about half a teaspoon, something like that. Depends obviously on how much you're making. Okay, so the last ingredient is chives. Now chives are really easy to grow in the garden, and they will grow all year round. So if you go and buy a live plant from the supermarket and then plant it out, you'll get chives all year round. And they've got a really beautiful but subtle onion flavour, and so they're not strong, so you can use them in, so I use them in my potato salad, for example. I did it here in this recipe, and it's just so nice. So all you're going to do, get your chives, a pair of scissors, and just snip them nice and small into the actual mayonnaise. And I seem to be getting them everywhere else apart from on the mayonnaise. Oh, far enough. But this is just a really simple way to do it. You can use a knife and obviously chop them up as well, but this is kind of like a very, very simple way of doing it, nice and quick as well. Okay, so I'm just going to add that amount to begin with, and I'm just going to give that a bit of a mix through, a few more chives in there. Alright, give it a taste. Oh yeah, that's really nice. So you've got a subtle garlic in there with the beautiful flavour of the mayonnaise anyway, and then that chives just add that little bit of onion sort of freshness in that. That is nice. Right, we'll put that to one side. So now we've got our tomatoes, our cucumber, and we've made our sauce. Time to get this out and see how we did. Slice it up into beautiful thin slivers and then put our kebab together. Let's do it. Now look at that. That is beautiful. You smell all the spices, the lamb, it's just absolutely beautiful. So, time to slice this up. I'm just going to do really nice thin slivers. You can see they cooked all the way through, still juicy and moist and tender. Now, we can look at our colours on there. You've got that beautiful smoke that's hit the top. You can see the top is still juicy and moist and tender, and inside it's beautiful and juicy. That is exactly what you want. Right, let's put our pita bread together. Firstly, let's get some of our beautiful kebab. I'm just going to tuck this in. Next, I'm going to get some tomatoes. I already put too much in there. So I totally messed this up, put way too much in. And actually what I did later on is actually did the same thing but in a wrap, and it worked a lot better. So give this a go. If you can do this well, and great. If not, then just try a wrap. Then we're going to get our cucumber. And last but not least, some of that beautiful mayonnaise. Let's cut that in half. And there we have it. Right, let's give it a try. Okay, beautiful. And then you've got that soft lamb that's seasoned to perfection. And then that garlic mayonnaise that we created with the cucumber and tomato seasoned up with that short-shotted. That is phenomenal. Love it. Gonna have another bite. So thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it the old thumbs up. If you loved it, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and also let me know any thoughts, any comments you have on this video, or anything else for that matter. If there's anything particular you'd like me to cook, please let me know. If you like this video, please go and check out this video where I show you the Mojo pork ribs, and they were incredible, so go and check those out. But until the next video, I'll see you then. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter,